Afternoon to all the beautiful people in the world. I am your host today, Germ the Poet, and I made this video for you guys today to give you insight on my job that I had to resign from, which was the United States Postal Service. And I'm just giving you guys some insight about the job, and like when it comes down to wanting to make a decision whether to continue working a 9 to 5 or taking a chance on yourself and being your own boss. So let me just give you guys some history, and you gotta excuse the camera motion. I am driving right now on my way to work. I used to work for the Postal Service when I was about 24 or 25, and I think it was really 23 when I started, 23 or 22, and I was a city carrier at first, and I was there for 3 years. I turned regular my first year, and I went to about 4 or 5 different stations in the Fort Worth area of Texas. Now, when I quit the first time, I was quitting because of things that was non-related to my job. You know, worrying about my relationship, worrying about just things that really, at the end of the day, it was plotting on my downfall, really. But I learned from that encounter, and what I learned from that was just make sure that you have a plan before you decide to go quit anything. You know what I'm saying? Because as hard as it is out here to find a job, you know, we as people need to just be grateful for what we have. Now, this go around, it was a little bit different. So I was stationed at the United States Postal Service in Plano, Texas, and it was great people there. You know, I had a few people that I didn't get along with that well, but it's, you know, it's okay. You know, it's room to grow with people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not there to be friends. I'm there to work, right? So when I get there, you know, I'm a rural carrier this time around. So it's a difference between rural carriers and city carriers. Rural carriers take care of more of like the outskirts, you know, like the big houses and the communities that are separate from anything that's inside the city. And you know, anything that's inside the city is city carriers, right? Or even sometimes you may have a route that's considered a rural route, but they might change it into a city route, and vice versa. You know, they kind of swap like that because the areas are close to one another. So the post office in Plano had 2 areas, which was Plano, Texas and Murphy, Texas. Now, I was a rural carrier and I didn't have a route, so I was assigned a route when I got there, which was somebody else's route, but I just take over the route when that person is either not working that day or that person goes on vacation. So I had a good teacher by the name of Mr. Jim, and Jim was probably one of the realest carriers that I know there, even though he was very sarcastic at times and shit like that. But, you know, he was genuine, I would say. So I was there at that station for about a year before things really started taking a turn. I had other things that was going on outside of the post office that I had to tend to. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't really find another way to be able to take care of that business, so I had to prioritize myself, like in a way to where it's like I'm not missing anything, work or whatever side gigs that I got on the side. So when you first get to the post office, this is what they tell you. For one, they tell you that you do not have a life outside of the post office. What do you mean I don't have a life outside of here? I do have a life outside of here. I don't stay here. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I work here, this is not my life. This is my job. But this is what they tell you. They tell you that you can't get another job if you have this job. They tell you all a bunch of unnecessary things just to kind of like, I feel like they put a mental crutch within your head to not allow you to go pursue any other things. Like, this is it for you. Like, this is where we're going to sit you, and this is where you're going to be comfortable at. And me personally, I had a problem with that. I had a problem with that the first time because, for one, I don't like people talking to me any kind of way because we on a job. You know what I'm saying? We all grown. We should be able to talk to each other with respect. But if you can't respect me enough as a man, then don't say nothing to me, because you're not going to get the best response from me, especially if you're talking to me like you crazy. So I got there and I had to go through the experience of people talking to you any kind of way, people expecting you to do everything any kind of way. They expect you to jump when they say jump, and they don't allow you to get overtime like that unless you sign up for it. And then when you sign up for it, they still probably won't give it to you if you already have it, because they don't want you to make that much money, right? It's like a cap on each level. They try to cap you off every single time. Like they see you elevating in some kind of way. They try to put a cap over you. So, you know, I get there, and, you know, I kind of catch on to things easily because I was a previous worker for them. Even though it's been a couple of years, you know, I still got like the muscle memory. You know, I understand that this goes this way, this goes this way, and I got to pay attention to this and that and this and that and this and that and this and that. So I got rolled up like the first year of last year, 2024. I got rolled up because I was calling off because I had other things that I had to take care of. Now, mind you, when you get on these jobs, you have to respect the laws that they have instructed for these jobs, because at the end of the day, you don't own this company. You can't make the rules and you can't break the rules, right? But a person like me, I have a real problem with certain authority figures, because it's like, even though I'm on a job, I can't stop being a human. Like, I pick up on things that I just don't like. If it's something that if I'm not cool with, or if I don't want to be around, I'm not gonna entertain you, bro. Like, I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that around me. You feel me? Like, keep that shit over there. But, you know, sometimes you gotta learn how to take the apples with the oranges. So, between like the constant calling off and me coming in there late sometimes, because I was a late bird getting there, but I had other things that I had to take care of that I couldn't take care of after the fact, or try to, you know, jump before on, because certain things with, you know, the timings was just, you know, too close together. So, you know, at the end of the day, I gotta handle what I gotta handle. So, you know, I get like this weird feeling that, you know, they're gonna start like kind of picking at me. So, you know, I tried to like brush it up, not call off so much, and, you know what I'm saying, just try to be there on time. But I'm not gonna sit here in front of y'all. I am the type of person to really kind of still do what I feel like I want to do. So I was still coming in late, and I was still calling off and stuff like that. So, like, it's like they give you three chances, right? So the first chance, they're gonna really, it's kind of like five. It's like a five-stepper. Like, the first chance, they're gonna give you a warning. Then the second chance, they're gonna give you a written warning. So now I was on my third strike already. So I had got rolled up. That's when the first write-up come in. So I had to take 7 days on the clock where I couldn't call off. I couldn't do nothing. I had to come into work mandatory. I had to be at work mandatory, no matter what. So you know, I did those 7 days easy. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't nothing. It wasn't too much. But, you know, I was constantly calling off and taking care of what I need to take care of, because outside of work, I have a life. I have other people that I got to take care of. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you can talk to them and try to sympathize and try to see if you can make something work. But if it don't work within their schedule, they're not going to really like care about anything that you have outside of work. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I felt really, really, really like. I was like, that's a no, because if I was a businessman, I would want my coworkers to feel comfortable knowing that they have a job where they can come to and don't have to really worry about shit. And especially if you come in and you verbalizing what's going on within your life, you letting me know what's going on, so we can find a way to work with you to where it's like you don't have to wind up leaving your job, especially if you're a good worker. You don't have to leave your job if you don't want to leave it, you know. So it's just certain things that they are so strict about that a person like me, I can't work there. So, you know, I got my second write-up like probably like in the middle of the year or towards like the end of the year, because you know the same things. It's like I'm never really getting in trouble over work performance or customers like saying anything negative about me. It's always something that's pertaining to me coming to work, or you know, just being at work type shit. But other than that, like I was good across the boards, all the way across the board. So, you know, my second write-up comes. So this time I had 14 days. I had 14 days that I had to come into work mandatory. And if I would have gotten another write-up, excuse me, y'all, I'd have been fired. So I don't know if people know this, but when you get fired from a government job, any government job, you can't work at a government facility, period, at all. Like once you in their system and they see that you are fired, you cannot work for the government at all, sir or ma'am. It's just lights out after that. So me thinking quick on my feet, me trying to like keep a lifeline open in case I want to jump back into this world as far as like working for the man, because right now I work for myself. You know, I'm making decent money. In my next video, I'm gonna inform you guys what I'm doing and how to make the amount of money that I'm making. But you know, I had to make a decision whether I wanted to stay or whether I wanted to go. And I knew if I would have stayed and kept going the way that I was going, I would have wound up getting fired, which would have ultimately, I wouldn't have been able to work for a government spot if I wanted to in the near future. And you know, I'm just the type of person I always like to have a safety net in case something don't go right. You know what I'm saying? So I decided to quit, you know. And the process with that was I had to fill out a form giving my reasoning of quitting and any other comments that I had that I wanted to express to them while I was quitting. So I didn't just quit and leave, right? Because I still have a heart. I don't want to see people, you know what I'm saying, struggling, trying to figure out stuff. So I worked probably half the day, but I gave them a certain time frame that I was going to work. You know what I'm saying? And if you're like me, you like being in control over certain things that you have control over. So, you know, I worked for about like an hour. I did the heaviest things that they could possibly have on the route that I was doing. And I just left the easy work to the people for next time. And I wound up coming back to the station, filling out the rest of my form, adding late comments, and, you know, I left. And I didn't look back since. I have not looked back since. And I don't feel like I made a bad decision, because at the end of the day, this is my life. This is something that I want people to look at and find inspiration from, because because you don't have to work for somebody to be able to get the things that you want. You can work for yourself, You just got to find out what you like to do and push every single day to be able to do that. And I promise you, you're going to reach a goal. And then it's going to be a consecutive thing. Like constantly reaching goals, just constantly every single day. So the post office was a good job to have. It really was. It was probably one of the best jobs that I ever had, you know, but it was just, I couldn't get with how things was being run, and I don't like people telling me what to do. So if you're a person that don't like people telling you what to do, I advise you to find something that you like to do for yourself, create a business out of it, do some research on it, and learn about it. Like live, breathe it every single day to be able to be successful in it, because I promise you, it's going to pay off. It's going to pay off. It really is. So that's it on this video. I just wanted to show y'all and inform y'all about my job experiences in my life. Well, my job experience, not my job experiences. Even though I did talk about two different scenarios, but it was the same job. But you get what I'm saying. So with that being said, much love and much peace. Like, subscribe to my channel. There are going to be more videos, not about this, but just more videos, so be on the lookout. Nothing but love and peace to y'all. Y'all stay safe and stay warm on this cold and breezy month.